Today I'm going to inform you about the ATP Tour, the expansion of the WTA, or the Women's Tennis Tour, and what it means for our modern world of tennis and what it means for women's athletes as far as, the money they bring in. The ATP Tour was founded in 1972 by Donald Dell and Jack Kramer, as well as Cliff Drysdale, more or less to kind of protect the sport itself and the different rules and to make sure it stays prestigious, in the sense that it's always seen, especially like Wimbledon, for example, is a very, very prestigious event. And Wimbledon technically is a racket club. It's just very exclusive and highly expensive, like unreasonable amounts of money to be a part of unless you've been a champion there. Now, this was founded in 1972, and since 1990 it has been organized under the name of the ATP Tour. Before that, yes, there were Grand Slam tournaments and smaller tournaments across the globe, but it's never been brought to the level it had in the fact that now talent can be seen all across the globe, and it brings a lot of money into people who can express these skills they have and their love for the sport. Now, according to ATPTour.com, the addition of the WTA, although it isn't exactly the same as the ATP in the fact that ownership is not the same, the Women's Tennis Association brings in some of the highest paying athletes in the world as far as female athletes go. Iga Swiatek and Coco Gauff are some of the top earners, as well as people like Naomi Osaka, and obviously Serena and Venus Williams, as prestigious as their names are. Now, the reason why a lot of people in the world are very familiar with names such as Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, or even Novak Djokovic is simply because the ATP Tour offers wonderful and expansive ways for people who are really talented to express their skills and their dedication and love for the sport. While those people can express themselves, it also provides a way for people across the world to express their own love for the sport in support of others who are also extremely big fans of some of the most talented players. In today's world, a big impact has been made by things such as social media, in the sense that it gives a way for kids today to have access to a sport as prestigious as tennis in the same instance that they would for the NBA or the NFL, especially in America, as basketball, football, baseball are the most predominant sports, especially for boys and for girls. So being able to have an outlet to a prestigious sport provides a lot of opportunities to give our young talent ways to express themselves and find a way to find something they love in life other than the struggles they have to deal with. The ATP Tour also provides lots of jobs to people across the globe. For example, earlier this year, according to the Australian Open website, there is a player who attended as a wild card with 330 euros, which is not very much in USD, in his bank account. That's maybe $400, $500 in USD, which a lot of high school students in America tend to have that amount of money just to stay steady and be in the sports they play in. That is more or less a reference, but he has brought in great support from his country by winning a match, hundreds of thousands of dollars into his bank account to provide to his family, which before this match, he was in a very rough point in life. So it provides lots of jobs and money to passionate and successful players who are willing to put their lives on the line for the things they love. It also helps kids in rough areas find a way to express themselves. According to the ATP website, well, there are people in Africa even who, on dirt, hard gravel, have found ways to play the sport that, they've seen on posters all over the world. So the love for the sport doesn't just have to be prestigious, and in this new generation of tennis, it doesn't have to be that way. People are realizing, hey, this doesn't have to be prestigious. This doesn't have to be a white people sport. It can be so much more than that and provide lots of opportunities to kids across the world. I hope the ATP Tour brings you a way to find happiness, or a way to express yourself also by watching people you love all across the world. A lot of times you can see a bunch of tournaments in America, and prices are pretty reasonable compared to competitions for basketball or for hockey or baseball. So I suggest you can find a way to attend one of those, such as the Cincinnati Open. Now, according to their website, this year they are sold out, and in advance, a year advance. It's a very popular thing. However, there are smaller tournaments in Columbus for lower ranked, what they call challenger tournaments. Even if you go to Cleveland, you'll also find similar things. So I think that it's something that you should put your time into, and you can find a love for a sport that you may not have ever thought of before. Thank you for your time.